Hi guys, so I have some really good core planned for you guys. This is great if you have a habit of going into your hip flexors. I've got some little cheats for you to get into the core, and we're gonna have some fun with various things. So we have the full roller, a half roller, and a ball. You may need some, you may not need any. So the half roller and the ball will help you get out of your flexors. The ball will challenge you. The full roller will really challenge you. So, and it just depends on how they're used. So I'm gonna show you, first of all, how you can use all of them. And then, actually no, first I'm gonna show you the exercise, and we're gonna go through the whole sequence. Then at the end, I'll show you how would you do it on the various pieces of equipment. I'm using the half roller under my head, just because I do need my head elevated a little bit. You're welcome to come into flexion at any time. Make sure that you are not in your neck. You might see me, I might come into flexion to show you as we get going. Sound good? Let's do this. So you're gonna go ahead and lay on your back. I have a feeling my feet are gonna get caught off for some of this, so we'll see. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and you're going to do your warm-ups first. That's video one. You can do your shoulder warm-ups. That's another video with the shoulder, the scapula, okay? Now we're gonna work on the lower part of the core, okay? So you're gonna go ahead and curl, okay? Good. And you're gonna exhale, heel ball toe, lift the right leg up, heel ball toe, lift the left leg up. So you're imprinted. Now, if you're strong enough, you can do these in neutral pelvis. Imprint is there to help you while we work on legs until you get strong enough to work with in a neutral pelvis. Because neutral, if you can't hold it, you're going to be in your hip flexors and you're going to be jamming into your back. Okay, so if even imprint still isn't good enough for you, wait to the end. Watch all of the ways that you can use the various pieces that I mentioned before. Okay, so we have one leg up, we have the other leg up. We're imprinted. Now you can have the hands down. You can come up into flexion if you wish to. We're going to start with the right leg. You can also keep the head down if you want. You can also take a pillow under the head. You can take a ball under the head. Do you see where I'm going with this? So the big thing is you want to be able to recruit as much of the abdominals as you can. And recruiting abdominals isn't pushing up. I'm going to see if I can do this. No, I'm not doing it right. There we go, pushing up through the center, okay? It's about sinking down, okay guys? So, 90 in the knees, okay? Oftentimes I have people and they drop the leg or they extend the leg. 90 in the knees, imagine your thigh moving away from you. Let's go. 5 on the right, you're gonna go 1, and up, and you're gonna exhale. And up, 3, and up, 4, and up, and up. Other side. 1 and up, 2 and up, and up, 4 and up, 5 and up. Alternating. Right and up, left and up, right and up, left and up. Good. Right, left, good. One more. Good. And left and up. Okay, now reciprocal. And drop one leg, and we're gonna go switch. You can be up in flexion if you want. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Okay, you can give yourself a little rest. Now harder yet, and you might abandon these ones until you get a little bit stronger, okay? That's fine. Same with the reciprocal, where you go and it's like running. You might abandon those until you get stronger. So do what you can. Pay attention to what's happening in your low back. If it's lifting, you need to get it down and you need to engage the core in more, okay? If you can't do it, then just be gentle with yourself. Just wait, okay? You will, but you gotta build up the strength. Ready? So here we go, double leg. Okay, and I'm going to come into flexion for this, and you're going to go down. 1 and up, 2 and up, and up, and up, and up, and then come back. So that's That's the first one. That's the first leg position, okay? Now, we're gonna repeat it. So you see, so now I'm gonna flex the feet to get a little bit of a stretch back here, okay? Now, I'm gonna take a leg and reach it out, and my foot's staying into the leg. So I don't want you going way down here, okay? We're gonna stay here where the 90 is. It gives you a nice safe area to work with the core, okay? And if you can either push, okay, or you can push and reach and then come back in. Get the feet after. Focus on the core first, okay? The feet do help the core, but if you're focused on the feet and you're losing their core, there's no sense in doing the feet. Make sense? Awesome. Let's go. I'm gonna do the whole set, okay? Ready? And we're gonna go 1 and in, 3 and in, 4 and in, left side, 1 and in, 2 and in, good, nice, and alternating, right and in, left and in, and in, and in, and in, and in, one more, and in, reciprocal, right, left, good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and one bonus because I counted wrong. Ready? Knees together, feet together. I'm coming up into flexion for doubles, and reach and in, reach and in, reach and in, reach and in, one more, and in, and take it back. Good, you can take a little break. Good, that's number 2. Now number 3, because we don't work on number 3 very much, okay, or 4. A lot of it has to do with bent knees. Now personally, this drives me crazy because I have so many people, Baker cyst, plantar fasciitis, you need to get the knees straightened, okay? So it's the whole chain back here, okay? It's the upper calf, back of the knee, and the lower hamstring. It's that whole thing that needs to get nice and straight. I don't know if you can see my feet. I'm praying you can see my feet. When I'm reaching up, I'm reaching through my heel, okay? So it's just like this, but in the air, and my toes are relaxed, okay? So we're gonna go into tabletop. You can keep your head down for this. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna squeeze the knees and you're gonna reach straight up. 1, and then bring it down. Now, as you bring it up, sink the belly in. 2, and down, okay? 3, and down, good. 4, good, and take your time with this. 5, you might feel this actually burning, and that's amazing. You're actually strengthening your knee muscles, okay? Other side. 1, and down. 2, and down. 3, good. 4, and 5, good. Then both together. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Now let's talk about that for a second. When I take my legs straight, you might notice that my knees separate, okay? I'm slightly bow-legged, that's fine. So my knees actually structurally don't come together, okay? So I could try to force it, but I'll break my knees. Let's not do that. So another one is if you can get your ankles together and your knees together, then you're perfect, so congratulations. Or if this is very hard for me to do because I'm bow-legged, if you come in and then go out, you're what we call knock-kneed. I know they came up with really sexy terms for them, but you're knock-kneed. So you might be reaching up and you might not be able to get your feet together because your knees are in the way. So then just focus on your knees being together and keep your feet as you know, as close as you can. So it's just like my knees. I'm not going to force my knees together because I know I'm going to break them. Same thing will happen if you try to force the feet together if you're knock-kneed, okay? So now we're going to do the same thing. We've gotten the legs up to the sky, okay? Now, here you can come up into flexion if you want, drawing the belly down. This is going to help you keep your low back down. So if you have a tight low back and tight hamstrings, this is going to be good for this. You're reaching through the heels, okay? I have a feeling I'm actually going to be falling off the video, so I'm going to move up a little bit, and I hope my head is still on. My head really doesn't matter anyways. So reaching the legs up, I'm going to come up, okay, good, and we're going to take the right leg down for 5. 1, and up, and up. You don't have to go that low either. 3, and up, 4, and up, 5, and up. Left side, and up, and up, and up, and up, and up. Good. Now we're going to go alternating. Right and up, left and up, right and up. If you get fancy, okay, you can point as you lift. Flex and point, flex and point. But I want the knees straight, okay? Down and up, because when we point, we have a tendency to kind of bend, and then you're using the back of the knee and you're using your hips, okay? Down and up, down and up. Now we're gonna add a little pulse. So we're gonna move into something called scissoring, okay? So what we're gonna do, it's a double exhale. So down, pulse, up, down, up. So it's up, up, and up, up. And as you go down, reach the other leg up, up, okay? You can start to grab the leg, up, up, good, up. And now we're gonna go reciprocal. So we're gonna do true scissoring, okay? Now, usually they do it with toes pointed. We're gonna do it flex to start, okay? So you're gonna go down, good, switch. And you're not yanking the leg in, you're actually coming up higher with your abdominals. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and bring it in and rest back. Okay, so that, when you come into flexion, is amazing for your abs, okay? Now, how to use the other props. If you go into your flexors, okay, and if you have your hips lifted, you do not have your head lifted, okay? My rule is there's only one set of cheeks that are lifted at a time, either the head or the butt, okay? Don't do both. So you can do these, and you can take this under the hips, and it helps you get a little bit more flexion than what you can on your own. The knees are still straight up, so you can still do your toe taps, okay? You can still do your reaches, you can still do your straight ups, okay? And you can still do your straight downs. You're just not gonna go as low, okay? Because it's not that high, but it's high enough, and you have to honor the fact that your spine is in a different alignment. This will help you stay at your flexors and recruit your core more. Now, keep in mind, you are using your flexors to move your legs, so I want you to feel your core more, okay? Now, say that you're fine in your flexors and you just want to challenge. You can lay your half roller either like this or like this, okay? Both are just, it's just different. And you can come and lay onto your back. And actually doing your shoulder exercises here is wonderful, because you can actually get your shoulders moving, but for legs, right, woo, it's a little bit wiggly, right? So you have to really watch how you stabilize your pelvis, right? Here, make sure that the center of the spine is on from the head all the way to the tailbone as you do this, okay? So that's the half roller. I'll get rid of that. Then we have, let me use the ball, okay? So it's just a little, I don't know how big this is, 10 inches, 8 inches? It doesn't have to be overly blown up, but do have it, this is a little bit squishy. I'd prefer my ball to be a little bit harder, so I'm trying to keep a straight face. So you're gonna go ahead and lift the hips and take the ball right under, again, the hips, and so now it's a little bit wigglier. So this might be fun. This is great if you actually have a sore low back. It gets all the tinier muscles to release, okay? So you can do your toe taps, right? You can do your reaches. The great thing is if you want to challenge, the arms come up. And then you have to really pay attention to stabilize on the ball, right? So you can do the lower, and I know my feet are way out of the picture now. Good. So that's how you use the ball. It's actually quite nice. It's not as hard as the roller either, and it also gives you a deeper curve for flexion. Now there's the full roller, okay? Now you can put the full roller under the hips, just like before, if you need more height, or if you're a taller person, the half roller might not give you enough height. So you can lift, right? And you can have the legs here, and this will give you a lot of sinking. Now chances are, unless you have really long flexors, you may not touch the ground, okay? So don't worry if you don't. If you want, you can even put books under your toes to lift up the height a little bit, so that if you want that feedback of touching something, you can do that, right? You can reach out, right? The arms can just relax, right? And then same with the lower end lift, okay? So that's how this is. Just make sure the ribs don't pop, okay? You gotta keep it in, so get those ribs down, right? 3 big exhales, okay? So that's the full roller like that. And then finally is the full roller. This is probably the hardest. The bone's pretty hard too. But the full roller, lie down, and it feels really good. Make sure if you're on something raised that you're in the middle of the mat. You're not like on the edge. And from here, okay, you can bring the legs up. Now, if you're here, keep in mind you can come into flexion still, right? I do believe I have a video already with this on. However, if you have something just under the hips, you're not going to come into flexion, okay? So, but you still can do all the exercises. Sound good? So there you go. There's some things. If you have any questions, please comment below. Let me know. Otherwise, have fun, and I hope your core is sore. Have a great day.